Okay, welcome back to our grade 11 maths lessons. I'm Miss Awinoop, one of your maths teachers. In your last lesson, we looked at trigonometry with another one of our maths teachers. This lesson, we're going to look at an introduction to geometry, okay? An introduction to geometry. So we're going to look at the father of geometry. But before that, let's talk about where the word geometry comes from, okay? So geometry is made up of two Greek words, okay? One of them is geo and the other one is metria. And I think you've learned the two words roots are Greek, and geo means earth, okay? And metria means measure, okay? So geometry is simply to measure earth, okay? To measure earth. Now, the earth is made up of all kinds of shapes. We've got distances, and in geometry, that's what we do. We measure the earth through shapes, the distances, all of that, okay? So we're going to have a look at the father of geometry, okay? Now, geometry is really the study of points, okay? Lines and shapes together with distances, okay? Distances. So when we talk about geometry, these are the things we should think about: points, lines, shapes, and distances, okay? So the father of geometry is known as Euclid, all right? Euclid. He's Greek, all right, and he was a mathematician of that time, 300 BC. Between 300 BC, 400 BC, this is when Euclid was really doing stuff for mathematics and the geometry, of course, okay? So he wrote a treatise, all right? He wrote a treatise that he called, or what is today translated to, Euclid's Elements, okay? Euclid's Elements, all right? 13 volumes of assumptions, okay? What are assumptions? In that, we call those assumptions axioms, okay? Axioms. So he made these assumptions and he wrote all of this down and he proved it mathematically, okay? So he proved all of these assumptions or axioms, and once proven, they are now known as theorems. Okay, theorems. And we are using those theorems today. Very interesting. One of those theorems is that two lines can be connected by a line. All right, that's one of his assumptions. He proved that mathematically. Another one is that all right-angled triangles are congruent. Okay, all right-angled triangles are congruent. He made that assumption and he also proved it. Okay, so he's known as the father of geometry because all these assumptions he made were proven. Okay, we are still using them today. Very interesting, okay? Now, this treatise that he wrote, all right, it wasn't until the 14th, 15th century when books started getting printed, and this book was printed, and we know it as a maths textbook with all these assumptions and theorems in there, okay? Believe it or not, it is the second most printed book, all right, to the Bible. The Bible was printed, it's so, the most printed book, and right after that is a maths textbook that was written so many years back, 300 BC. That's a long time ago, okay? So that's Euclid, the father of geometry. Very interesting, okay? We are going to look at now the elements of geometry, okay? Basic elements are points, lines, and shapes, okay? So let's look at points. All right, the first element of geometry is a point, okay? Now, points help us to describe location, okay? Points help us describe location. We did that when we looked at graphs and the Cartesian plane. where we had points on the graph, then that was a location of, all right, whatever. Now, points give location, and we can name these points, okay? Let's see. We have 2 points here, and we always name it so that location can be given. So let's say this is point A and B. If I put another point here, I can say that's point C. All right? So points help us give location. Now, let's move on to the next element, which is lines. Okay? Lines. Right. There are 3 different types of lines we're going to look at today. Of course, I've said it already. Lines are formed when 2 points are connected. Okay, lines are formed when 2 points are connected. So let's give point A and B again here. All right. If I connect line A and B, okay, we call this a line segment. All right. Line A and B having 2 endpoints here. Okay, so this is line segment A and B. And instead of drawing this diagram all the time when I talk about a segment, all I do is write the points at which the ends are, and I write a straight line here. That means 2 points A and B connected by a line, so it's a line segment AB, okay? The next one, all right, let's say point C and D. Okay, point C and D is connected by another line. Okay, but this time I have arrows at both ends. This tells me that there are no endpoints. D extends into infinity and C extends into infinity. So we write this as line CD with a line with 2 arrowheads at the top. Okay, I know that this is extending into infinity and C extends as well. The third type of line is known as a ray. So let's see 2 points again. This time we'll call this E and F. Okay, another line connect these 2 points. This time I have an endpoint here at E. So this line is a ray that starts at E, okay, and extends into infinity past F, okay? So 3 types of lines, the line segment AB, line CD, and this one is ray EF, okay? So we are going to look at these types of lines in later lessons, okay? Remember, this is only an introduction, so we'll move on to the next element of geometry, which is shapes, okay? Shapes. All right. Now, shapes, very interesting, are formed when these lines are connected together, okay? So it starts off as a point. From points, we join those points to create lines, and then lines are joined to form shapes, okay? So we'll look at shapes that are known as polygons, okay? Polygons. Now, polygons are many-sided, meaning they have more than 3 sides. Okay, so many-sided. And they are formed by line segments. Line segments, okay? So we'll draw some of these polygons, and we're also going to name the common ones. Okay, so we have polygons, number of sides, the name, and we are also going to draw. Okay, so everyone knows, because we've looked at that 3-sided shape so many times in the previous lessons, the 3-sided shape is known as the triangle. Okay, and a triangle, 3-sided. Okay? Now, we always name the triangle as ABC. So you can imagine that these are your points. Those are the lines and connected form the triangle. Okay? The four-sided shape is known as the quadrilateral. Quad meaning four, okay? Quadrilateral. And you've learned there's so many different quadrilaterals, but the most popular one is the square. It's a four-sided shape, okay? Then we have the five-sided polygon, which is known as the pentagon, okay? Pentagon. Let's draw that quickly. All right, a pentagon, and your six-sided shape is known as the hexagon. Okay, hexagon. All right, here we go. The hexagon. Okay, so we have polygons, which are many-sided shapes. These shapes are formed by lines. Okay, and the most common polygons are the three-sided shape, which is the triangle, four-sided, quadrilateral, the pentagon, which is five-sided, and your hexagon, which is six-sided. Okay, this brings us to the end of the lesson. I hope you've learned something new, and of course, we are thankful for Euclid for giving us a lot of the theories we use in geometry. In the next lesson, we are going to look at this part of geometry, distances and how we use this in what we call vectors. Okay, hope you can join me then. I'll see you.